Welcome everybody to another episode of Ride 2 here on this channel. Now before we get into testing out today's bike, I just want to say I'm going to be doing a voting at the end of the video to what vehicle I test out. There's loads in the garage that I haven't tested out and I've got so many credits that I need to spend. So I'm going to put it to a vote to check those bikes out at the end of the video, and the most popular one, whether you vote on Facebook, Twitter or in the comments, I will do some races and we will do maybe a time trial or something and really test that bike out. Now the one I wanted to test out today is one that's actually been voted by Rossi Racer 46. Now this is the MV AGUSTA F3 675 Team Laguna. Now this is a R3 category bike. Now I haven't actually used this bike yet, so I thought why not try it out. And also guys, please don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up. Please keep supporting the channel, I really appreciate it. So right, let's get straight into some awesome races on this bike. So let's get straight into it. So here we go. Right, let's quickly check out the stats first. Now the acceleration is 9, braking power 8.8, top speed of 9.1 and handling of 9. So the braking power is not its strongest point, but it's got an all-round decent stats in this category. Now I've tried a few in the R3 category and I haven't really found one I really like, so I'm hoping this one to be really good. So let's get straight into the race. Right, we're going to do 2 races in today's episode, and I thought we'd do one around Donington, and the second one we're going to probably do around Nürburgring GP in the rain, which should be really interesting. Now again, I'm not adjusting any of the settings on the bike, plus we're going to turn all the aids off. It should be really good guys, so let's get straight into the racing and hopefully get some good results. Right, so here we go with the first race on this awesome R3 category bike, and like I said, I haven't tested out many of the bikes in this category. The only other one I've tried out is the R6 and the Daytona, so I thought why not try this one out as it was requested. So let's see if we can get a good start. That's not bad. Oh god, it's dropped into that first corner nicely and we're straight into 3rd place, so that's not a bad start. And because we're on the default setup, I'm not sure if the suspension's going to be perfectly set up for this race, but hopefully it should be okay. Let's see if we can get a nice line through here, slow it down. Oh god, got a little bit of a lift of the back wheel there, but hopefully I can just settle into it, just see where I can push the bike and then hopefully try and win the race. But that's what I wanted to do guys. There's so many bikes in the garage that I have in the dealership that I haven't bought yet, haven't tried out, so that's why I thought why not do a few videos, shorter videos with trying out some of the bikes that you lot choose. So that's what I'm going to be trying to do. Plus I'm going to change all the gearing as well, and we might even change the styling of the rider as well. We're just going to mix things up, but we have got loads of games coming very soon on the channel, so we are sort of gearing up for those new games, and that's why I thought maybe doing the second race in the wet, because some of the games coming up have got dynamic weather on, MXGP 3, MotoGP 17, and I haven't done a lot of races in the rain, so I've got to get used to doing that. It really tests your skill as well, especially when you don't set the bike up for it, and this hasn't been too bad. It's not the brakes aren't really super responsive, but the handling is pretty decent, as I've just mugged that guy in that corner there. Now they're on the standard version of this bike, so that's the version that you can just modify yourself. If you haven't got this version that I've got here, they've got both the same stats. I don't know whether there's any difference in performance, because sometimes the stats don't always reflect how the bike handles, but if you've got the other version and you've got this version, let me know in the comments below if there's any differences. But let's see if we can just try and take a little bit more speed. The suspension still doesn't react very nicely through there. I'm trying to just hold the speed through there. Let's see if we can get a good drive up the hill and see if we can get past him in this lap. But thank you for Rossi Racer for requesting this bike. I do take note of most requests I get, so don't forget, if you have put your request in, I do write it down. I will try and get to it, whether it's a certain crash helmet to wear or stuff like that. I do take note of most of the comments I get on the channel, so I do appreciate all the support. So that's why I really appreciate it guys if you would try and like the video, so I know that what I'm doing is appreciated and you do like what you're seeing. and we are sort of like winding down on this game now because there is so many games coming up. So this series will die down slightly. It won't be as frequent on the channel once we've got obviously MotoGP 17, Gran Turismo Sport, obviously MXGP 3, Project Cars 2, but I will still carry on doing videos on it because there's still more packs to come from this this game and any other updates, and it is a very, very well liked game and I do love it. And we're still going to be doing some of those online races as well. I will be planning one very soon. We've got Project Cars this Friday. If you haven't already seen the thing that I've set up for that, I've already put a little marker if you want to watch that on Friday evening. That's going to be really, really good. And yeah, so just come along and join in, guys. And so far this bike is actually pretty good. Actually, I'm actually quite impressed. I'm not really struggling even on this default setup. As long as we can just keep it nice and smooth on this last lap, we should be able to take the victory. But I'm expecting the second race to be that little bit more testing, being in the wet. And we have dropped a little bit of time on this last lap, but I don't mind doing that as long as you keep it nice and steady and you don't overdo it, because there's so many times I've had races, guys, where I've got into the lead and I've just gone a little bit too mad into a corner and I've ruined it for myself, and it is very, very frustrating. Especially when I don't generally, but I try not to do a race more than once. I try and do it on the first go. I try and do most of my recording first go. I know it's not always possible, but that's why I have done some races live, guys, and I will start doing that as well to show you that I really do not, I just go for it on the first trials. Oh God, again, that was a little bit close, and we should take the victory. And yes, we do. So there you go. That's the first race out the way. And so far, I'm liking this bike, but I'm not going to judge it just on the one race. I'm going to test it out on the same setup again, the default setup in the wet, around a different sort of circuit. It's going to have more cornering to really test the bike out and see how it performs. So we will get into that now, guys, and hopefully it'll be another good race. So the Augusta sort of came really well in that race, so let's get straight into the next one. So here we go. Right, so here we go, Nürburgring GP in the wet. Now the last time I did a race around here in the wet was online and we were all crashing, so hopefully I don't do that in this race, but it's not easy, so let's get straight into it and hopefully get a decent result again. Right, so here we go in the wet around this awesome circuit. Now this is a brilliant circuit that's been added to the game. I do like this circuit, so let's see if we can get a good result. So let's see if we can get a good start. Now this right hand turn down the bottom of this straight is a nightmare at times, especially in the wet, so you've got to be really careful. I'll take a wider line there so I don't get knocked off, let them all clump up. Oh, no one came off. Well, that's a surprise. Sometimes you get a lot of crashes there. Let's just hold that inside line. So this isn't a bad start, so we're up to P4. Let's just try and hold it there. For the Kawasaki was going to just get up the inside there, but I've managed just to pull away. Let's just hold a little tight line there, and again through there, just trying to not over accelerate to lose that back end. Oh God, had a little bit of a moment there, not too bad, just trying to gently open the throttle, and let's just try and keep up with the leaders. And I think it's the Augusta again that's got into the lead, so they are definitely a strong bike in this category. I didn't really realise that, guys, because every time I use the R6, it's always another R6 I'm racing against. Maybe that's just how the game sets up the races. I've got no idea, but when I've raced the R3 category bike online, I haven't been that impressed with the R6. That's why I thought, why not try out a few others. So let's see if this one is a decent bike to use online. So let's just try and hold it through here, keep it nice and smooth. You've got to try and be careful you don't go onto those curbs, and the AI always seems to go over that curb. Sometimes I've seen a few crashes where they've lost the back end and slipped off, but that didn't happen, and we're still sitting in P4. Let's just keep it nice and steady on this first lap, sorry, and just try and get a good drive, stay off the curb. And oh God, that bike in front is really starting to pull away. I've got to start trying to just up the tempo slightly, and that bike's gone off circuit again. They do make a lot of errors on this one, I've noticed. Right, let's just try and get a nice speed through here, keep it nice and smooth. They've gone slightly onto the curb, and I've dived up the inside. What a pass that was. You've got to go for it through there, and we're into third place. Just trying to get a nice line round here, just trying to keep it nice and smooth, not over gassing it because we don't want to lose the back end, and drive it over the line. Now, that's not the quickest first lap. We have sort of backed off. We haven't gone too mad in this race, and normally I would drop the gear ratio for this one, so you don't really get up to that top speed really, and you want to get that fast acceleration out the turns. But we are, like I said, on the default setup, so I haven't done that this time, and I can notice the differences. But I'm talking about races in the dry. This is in the wet, so it is slightly different. Right, let's just try and get a nice line there. Oh God, just slipped down the inside of that Yamaha there, but just managed to hold it, and yes, we've done it. So, oh God, almost lost it there. There you go. That's my first real mistake, and that was very, very close. Just got the back end on that curb, and it just wanted to spin up slightly. Right, let's just try and calm it down. We've still got quite a few bikes sitting behind us, and again, you've got to be so careful. This bike does have quite a decent power out of the slow turns. It's not the quickest, I don't think, out of the ones I've tried, but you can feel that it has got a bit of a punch, so you've got to be careful. Let's just slowly open the accelerator. That was a little bit better there, and I think the bike behind me made a mistake as I just looked behind there, but let's not worry about that. We've got to think about trying to catch the bike in front, and he's really going for it. Oh my God. So we're going to have to really go for it this last part of this race if we want to get that victory. Let's just try and hold it a little bit faster through there. We've got to start going for it now, try and get a tight turn and drive it now, just trying to get closer to that bike. Hopefully we should be able to catch him up going into the third lap. Hopefully he makes a few errors through this chicane here. They're not the quickest through here, I have noticed. And yeah, he's gone really wide there. Let's try and keep it nice and smooth, stay off the curb. I mean, it doesn't matter if you go through the on the curb through there. You can get away with it as long as you keep it nice and smooth, and I think you don't hit the cones. If you can do that, you don't get a invalid lap. A lot of people do go through there like that. It's a lot quicker. Maybe I might have to do that on the next lap because we are really lagging behind. We're going to have to nail this slow corner, and we have dropped down a little bit of time there, so let's just try and slow it down, try and get a tighter line. The brakes aren't the best on this version. Oh God, be careful there again, just trying to accelerate a little bit too harshly and getting a little bit of a spin up. Let's just try and drive it down here, try and get it nice and tight to the apex, and we are closing in, which is awesome. We want to really go for it if we can. Try and get a nice turn in there, stay off the curb this time. Yes, and we drive it. So we are closing in. We're only about half, 0.2, probably 0.3 behind, so we can close that in this lap, and we have dropped the time by half a second. So I've really gone for it this last lap, and that's what we need to do if we want to win the race. We have pulled away from the main group, which is absolutely brilliant, so we don't have to worry about any bikes coming up behind us. It's all down to this bike in front. Can we catch it? Let's try and get a nice tight turn into there. Oh God, just left the braking a little bit late, and we didn't get a nice smooth run through there. That was a bit of a mistake. Right, it's got to be nice and clean through here. Let's try and get a nice tight turn into there, hold the speed, and we're still up on the time. Oh God, just caught the curb there, and I've made a mistake, and that probably will cost me the victory here. Damn. Right, let's just try and hold it nice and tight in there. We might be able to just get a little bit closer, but I think that little mistake there might have just cost me the race. Right, let's just hold it there. It just takes a split second in the wet. I just backed off slightly, but I caught the curb, and it just took me off circuit slightly. Luckily I didn't come off the bike, but we're still up on the time. Right, we've got to nail this chicane here if we want to catch up. Let's try and keep it nice and tight, don't go onto the curbs, and there you go. What an awesome entry through there in the wet as well. Right, can we get him on this last corner? Let's dive up the inside, but that's going to take us wide. He's going to take the inside line. Oh, it's going to be a fight to the end. Right, let's just drive it to line. Let's get his slipstream. Oh, we're going to be able to get past him before the end of the race. Oh, this is going to be so close. It's going to be a close. Oh my God, did I get it? Oh, I'm not sure whether I got it. Did I get him on the line? That was so close. Yes, I did. Oh, that must have been so. Oh, the time. We've got to check the time. That must have been minimal. But what a last couple of corners that was. I went for it even in the wet. I could have slid off or something, but I went for it, and it, oh my god, look at that, 0.018. We're definitely going to check that out in a slow-mo, guys. We're going to have a look in the slow-mo and see how close that finish was, because that was just crazy. So we get straight into that now, guys. Here we go. Right, so there we came around that last corner, and I got any slipstream, and you've always got to do that, guys. You've got to use slipstream, and we managed to get a good drive, but it must have been so close. Coming to the line, and there we go. Right, so let's do a little bit of a stop on that last bit there to see how close it was. So we do that in a still picture, so we get straight into that. Look how close that was, guys. Not even a wheel length. Absolutely brilliant, guys. Right, we're going to get into choosing a bike, and I want you guys to vote to which one you want to see in the next episode. So let's get straight into that. First up, guys, is an Aprilia RSV 1000 SP 2000. Now, I actually got this on a reward. I haven't tested it out yet, so if you want to see this one fully maxed out in a race, get your voting, guys. And we're going to get straight into the next bike. We're going to do 3 bikes in this voting. And the next bike, guys, is another bike that I haven't got in my garage. I've got a racing version of the BMW HP4 2013, but not the standard road version. So if you want to see this in a couple of races, get your votes in, guys. And we will get into the next bike that we've got in this voting. And finally, guys, the Ducati Desmo Sedici RR 2006. Now, I can't believe I haven't tested this bike out yet, and I haven't bought it. Now, I had it on Ducati 90th anniversary, if you saw that series, but I haven't tested it out in this game. And I have come against it a couple of times in a few races, and I do like this bike. So if you want to see this bike, don't forget to leave your comments, vote for it, whether it's on one of the other social media sites. Thank you so much. Don't forget to give us a big thumbs up, because I appreciate it so much, and I will see you very, very soon. Thank you, guys, and bye-bye.